pressuring the jump shot from the foul line area.
Holiday all over Hamilton. Good ball movement by the Bulls, and a Deng three is down.
That's what they needed. Most of all, Deng. During the course of the season, Deng is one of their primary three-point guys because he shoots it at 37-38%.
Hamilton the foul.
Now, we have not seen this in games 3 and up until now in game 4. Take the trap and then make the second pass out of the trap. The second pass out of the trap will always beat the rotation. Now, today we have two of the best teams that rotate, trap, rotate, and get to that second pass, so they're making the three-point game very difficult to shoot a high percentage.
Going to Hawes. Guarded by a sheet. Turner, short.
Watch for the trailer.
Hamilton knocks down another field goal. And the Bulls on top by 3. Doug Collins takes a timeout. Another disappointing start to the third quarter, like we had in game 3.
I like what we're seeing from Chicago, Mike. They have been pushing the ball in the transition game and getting good looks. And when Lucas came in with that second group, he did it even in the half-court game.
And the Olympics, and as Doug watched, the former Sixer player knew what Rose was going through.
My career ended with injury. It ended with a torn anterior cruciate ligament right before the playoffs in 1980. Now, I did come back and play a little bit after that, but for all intents and purposes, it ended my career. And I saw this young guy go up, and I saw him come down. I knew what he had done. I've seen that before. I knew what he had done. I really wanted to run out and grab his hand, and I knew that wasn't my place. He was laying there in front of our bench, and I was motioning, for the Chicago people to come down and see him. But all I could think about was, the playoffs, him trying to play for a world championship, playing in Chicago, the Olympics this summer, all the things that he was going to miss out on. And it really made me very, very sad.
So many things another former #1 overall pick had as part of his career. Heather, everyone's asking, how is Derrick Rose doing?
Well, his teammates all say his spirits are as good as can be expected. He's in Chicago. There's too much swelling for him to travel. The Bulls medical team's current strategy is to wait about 3 weeks before performing surgery to repair that ACL. They'll put him through what they call prehab, really try to get that swelling down, increase range of motion, believing that this gives Rose the best odds for successful recovery. So right now, Rose targeting surgery about mid to late May, and then about 5 to 10 months until he's back on the floor, guys.
That amazing combination of quickness and explosiveness of Derrick Rose, and so many questions on when it will come back, if it will come back. And there are so many people around basketball, Bulls fans and non-Bulls fans, rooting for that. Boozer hits the hoop. Chicago leads by 3.
Now they continue in the second half to get that open shot for Boozer by Hamilton dribbling on the right side, taking the trap, finding Boozer, rotating to the foul line.
Pass by Hawes, misses. Holiday, Hubie, Sam Smith, who is a great writer, has covered Chicago basketball for years, wrote the Jordan Rules, that famous book. Sam wrote a very good piece on ChicagoBulls.com about Derrick Rose and coming back, and he brought up Gale Sayers, the great Bears player who tore out his ACL at a very different time in medicine, but he had all that explosiveness and a unique combination of skills. And so many Chicago longtime fans fear Sayers came back, but never what he once was. And the hope that Rose, as Watson finally hits a 3 after missing his last 11 shots to give the Bulls their biggest lead of the day. The hope that Rose will be able to come back to that form we've seen the MVP a year ago. Back-to-back field goals for Holiday. 4-point Bulls lead.
Yeah, I like the ball movement by Chicago at the beginning of this quarter, and then also Holiday has come out now, and he's made his 2. Let's see if he can get going.
Trapping Watson, got fouled out here by Elton Brand near midcourt. Here's Doug Collins, last timeout.
We're playing out of character. They're pressuring all of our stuff. And we're getting pushed out. We're getting against the clock, and we're not getting good shots. Got to calm ourselves down. Calm ourselves down.
Excellent advice. And, by the way, when he was speaking about Rose, he understands that because Doug played in the Olympics. Doug was a 4-time All-Star player in his 8 years. A lot of people forget how talented he was as a player.
Deng off the miss. Back comes Turner. A little more offensive flow the last few minutes. This guy's very good in the open floor, Evan Turner. Holiday tees up Brand off the elbow. Turner, challenge, got bumped. And Evan Turner earns a couple of free throws with 5.5 left in the third.
Now, Bulls played that perfectly. Their defensive rotation in the paint forced them to swing the ball to the left side of the floor. Then they trapped extremely well. Now just watch right here. They get the deflection, and now here comes the trap. Unfortunately for them, they get a bump on that release, but they forced Turner into another bad angle.
C.J. Watson's third foul. Here comes Thaddeus Young, who has struggled mightily when Taj Gibson has been in during this series. See if Young, a very important offensive piece for them, Hubie. See if he can get going with Gibson. Oh, wait a minute. Gibson won't be out of there. Here comes Taj. You couldn't sneak him in.
No.
It's the beauty of the matchups in a playoff series.
Well, you like what Young has done for this team during the season. He's a double-figure scorer. He's an excellent rebounder. And at the 4 position, power forward, he's one of the quickest guys we have in the league going from end to end, and that enhances your fast break with the trailer.
Back to a 2-point game. Philadelphia has led by as many as 10. The Bulls led by 6 here just a hoop ago. Crowd now becoming more engaged as Boozer misses. And here comes Holiday.
Yeah, I like that kind of action to get Boozer in the post. You know that they can post up. Hawes will play behind.
Iguodala, a 3. Philadelphia retakes the lead.
Now the Chicago defense has discouraged driving to the basket, but you can't do both. When you reverse that ball and kick it out, the 3-point shot is there. Up until now, Philly has not been able to take advantage.
Young called for the foul, trying to deny the entry pass to Gibson.
Now just watch the 3 ball here right now. You're going to see the screen. And now once we look and we go diagonal across, fine. You could see all the red shirts are in the painted area. They'll give you that first pass look because they want you to try to force up that 3 ball.
The Sixer All-Star since Allen Iverson. Iguodala named this year as a reserve. Gibson posting on Young. Help from Hawes in a defensive 3 seconds called by Danny Crawford.
Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that the ball went into the post where you wanted to go, and then Philly was trying to help. They fronted in that post area, and then they rotated. But by reversing the ball out of the post, they caught them in the illegal defense.
First free throw attempt for Richard Hamilton comes on the tech, and Hamilton, Hubie, got to the line a dozen times in game 3.
Well, he was all over the place, Mike. I thought he did a magnificent job accepting the traps all night long. He had a tough shooting night, but getting to the line, he saved his team and kept them in the game.
Watson, who finally hit a shot, a couple of possessions to go. Gibson leaning on Young. He's off. Dang with the back tap. And the offensive rebound.
Mike, if you're going to get these post-ups down in there and they're playing behind you, you do not want to settle for the fadeaway jump shots. Get the ball into the paint off the dribble so you got the potential 3-point play.
Hamilton tried to hit Gibson. Gibson was getting so physical with Young, he never gave Hamilton a target and turned it over.
Well, it's the old story. Never feed a postman until he calls for the ball. Because if he doesn't call for the ball, he's in a battle for position, trying to get his area to pin his man.
Holiday bounces to Hawes. Maybe the Philly fans will warm to Spencer Hawes.
Mike, that's there. That's been there in game 3, and it's there again tonight. When you come off that wing, the man rolling to the baseline, called the midpoint area, has been open time and time again.
Hawes has hit his last 8 shots. Criticized on a regular basis by Philadelphia fans throughout this year. C.J. Watson finally saw that 3 go in, and now looks like the guy we saw regular season.
Well, I like the fact that also, Mike, that was a high percentage shot for him. He extended his dribble, and it opened up the space.
Oh, Hawes comes to the basket.
Bad foul.
He shoots a free throw.
Bad foul. I mean, come on. Everybody in the building saw the push, okay? And Boozer can't afford to get in foul trouble. Or Gibson. They need both of these guys. They cannot be taking bad fouls. Allow the guy, if he's beating you, allow him to go. You have got to give us major minutes because you 2 guys are 2 of our best scorers, foul line down.
One of the great names in Philadelphia basketball, right? Moses Malone.
Oh, come
Moses Malone is the last Philadelphia center to have back-to-back 20-point games. And here in the postseason, as Moses did it, there's a chance for Spencer Hawes to do it.
You want me to tell you about 1983?
I think you know all about it.
Fall for it?
Yeah,
I mean, come on now. MVP? I mean, all he did was wear us out in New York.
So Moses, the last man to have back-to-back 20 points as a center for the Sixers in the postseason. Hawes doing it with that free throw there. Gibson missed his last two. There's Hawes on the glass.
Come on, you had a 2-on-1 in that situation. Come on, give it up in that situation. Excellent defense by Philly.
Floater from Williams won't go. Here are the Bulls on the run. Ooh, 4-on-1. Boozer missed it.
My, oh my.
One of the foul on Young. It's 5-on-4 Philadelphia.
Yeah, listen, you can't lay it up easy like that. That's got to be a two-handed dunk. You got to go strong in that situation, mainly because the man is chasing you. You can feel him.
Fans wanted the Sixers to get a shot there, 5-on-4, as Boozer was late to the play. Clock running down. How about a Hawes three? Off the rim short, rebound rip with 2:22 to go here in the third.
Yeah, high-low now with Gibson trying to post up.
Hawes let Boozer have some space. Carlos hits the field goal.
See, they can get that. That's what we keep saying about Boozer at the foul line. When they go high-low, the man playing Boozer lays off to try to help on the postman who's being fronted down in the low post.
Boozer 9 of 19 from the field today. Williams a three. Contested by Gibson, rebounded by Carlos.
Just keep pushing, you Chicago. Just keep pushing. Good things are happening because the passing lanes keep opening up when you push in transition.
Trapping Hamilton. Second pass is a little bit late to Watson. Holiday, who played 1 year at UCLA and did that with Darren Collison in the backcourt for Ben Howland's team. Philadelphia by 1 with about 10 to go in the third. Deng coming to the basket. They're going to go to that right hand.
Look out here.
Sixers running. Young joining the play. Williams and one.
And that's Philly at their best. Now just watch how they run out here. And you say, well, Chicago's back. Yes, they're back, but they have guys who can finish. When you're running with Iguodala and Williams, Holiday, and then Turner, they're acrobatic when they finish. But up until this period of time, Chicago's doing a great job in the fast break game. They have 11. Philadelphia only has 8. So we like the transition defense so far by Chicago.
Another missed free throw for the Sixers. Philadelphia at the line, 11 of 19. Can't afford that in a playoff game where you're trying to go up 3-1. Watson a floater. 7 third quarter points for C.J. Watson.
Now you could see as he came off of that screen, we had Boozer was wide open, 15 feet away, and then also they were laying back. They're daring him to shoot the ball.
Deep three from Williams, and Doug Collins is looking at him going, what in the wide world are you thinking?
Yeah, so he's upset with that shot. Why? Too early on the clock, but that's because Williams is a guy who wants the feel. He wants to get a feel of the ball.
Boozer missed the elbow jumper. Iguodala on the rebound. One shot here for the Sixers. Back into the third. Free is Meeks for three. Iguodala got the rebound. Denied by Gibson. No foul. End of the third. Philly fans